Hello, this is Allie with the Perception Trainers, author of The Perception Diet, and today I have for you part 5, the final part of my series on how to love your body. So, first things first, if you missed any of the other parts, 1 through 4, which is actually there's 5 of them because there's a 2.5, I put all the links in the description box below, so please go back and watch those first because it all feeds onto one another, and then come back to this one after that, okay? So now, part 5. So basically, I just wanted to wrap up this series by saying a couple of things. First thing, I want to tell you why I made this series to begin with, okay? Because I know what it's like to live a life where you hate your body and where every single day and it's a struggle to just, where you just feel uncomfortable, you feel this like constant pressure to change or to lose weight or to gain weight or to change the way that you look or to change the way that you're eating, or you're constantly like in your head about it and like wondering what people are thinking of you and wondering what you should be eating and should you be doing this exercise, should you be doing that exercise, and like feeling bad about what you ate, feeling good about what you ate, feeling bad about your body, feeling good about your body. It's just this constant roller coaster. And like I say, like I get that. I come from there. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to be in that place. And I know how terrible it is and how uncomfortable it is. But really, at the end of the day, I know how much that isn't who you are. Okay? And I get it because I truly believe that the only reason that we get into the tangle that we do with our bodies and with food and with, society at large and how we see each other's bodies and, other people's bodies and our own bodies and blah, 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 is because there's so much more going on under the surface that we just don't know how to deal with, okay? Because so many of us, like almost none of us, were taught how to handle negative emotions. We weren't taught how to love ourselves through hard things. We weren't taught how to see ourselves through hard things. And I think that a lot of the time too, we developed these really stunted versions of self-esteem, believing we just didn't have the power or the capacity to create the lives that we really want, or to really go after the dreams that we have, or to express the person that is really inside. And so we default onto our bodies because that's what we learn in society, right? And also because our bodies are the most natural first line of defense and, kind of first thing to fall onto, because they're the one thing you have control over, right? And so I get it, right? It's so easy to fall into the diet trap, into the body dysmorphia trap, into the eating disorder trap, into the obsession about your body trap, because like I say, it's the perfect way to just completely not feel the emotions you don't know how to feel. It's the perfect way to distract yourself from all the things that you don't know how to face, and it's the perfect way to give yourself some false sense of power in your life, where you feel like you can at least control your body, at least control your diet, or you can at least make a plan for controlling your body or controlling your diet, where the rest of your life you may feel like you don't have the power or the resources or the ability to create happiness for yourself, or to create, the life that you want to live. And so like I say, I really believe that at the end of the day, anybody who's struggling with body image issues or diet issues or blah, 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 they're basically struggling with one of two things or both things. They're struggling with negative emotions they don't know how to face, and they're struggling with, feeling like they want to live a life, they want to express themselves in a way that they feel that via society or their parents or however they were raised or whatever, that they can't, right? And so we squash ourselves. We make ourselves so much smaller than we really are. And so this is like why I made these videos. Yes, because you deserve to feel good inside your body. You do. You deserve to feel like you can walk around and be in your own skin and love yourself no matter what it is, that no matter how you look, no matter what you're eating, no matter what's going on, I want you to feel like you can love yourself. And because the bigger picture here is that you are so much more than your body. You are so much more than your body. You are so much more than what you eat. You are so much more than what you weigh. You are so much more than that. And so, yes, you deserve to feel good inside your body, but you deserve to feel good about yourself no matter what. And you deserve to have access to your negative emotions. You deserve to have access to the parts of you that want to be expressed. You deserve to have access to who you really are and what's really going on for you, so that you can actually do something about those things. Because here's the thing. You live in a world now where pretty much anything is possible. You're here to break boundaries. You're here to be different. You're here to express what's really going on for you. And we are blessed to live in a part of the world where we can do those things. Where, you know, especially if you're watching this video, you're probably not going to be like shot down if you go outside dressed the way that you actually want to dress that doesn't align with fashion, right? Like, you may, yes, be criticized and judged by people. You may be misunderstood. You may be rejected by other people, but here's the bottom line, right? If you're doing the work that I've suggested in all of these other videos, you're learning how to give yourself that love and acceptance and that approval that you need, no matter what everyone around you is doing. And the bottom line is, if you can find a place where you allow yourself to express your negative emotions, and you can make yourself feel safe inside of that, if you can find a place where you start to make it safe to just try the things you want to try and like expand outside your little box, or you know, the box that you have felt that you needed to put yourself in order to fit into society, in order to get love, if you can start to expand yourself out beyond that, you might notice that all of your body hang-ups just kind of go away on their own. Because like I say, for most of us, we're scapegoating our problems onto our bodies, and it isn't about our bodies. It isn't about that. It's about the fact that you don't feel safe to express what's really going on for you, and you don't feel safe to be the person that you really are because you're afraid of judgment, and that's totally legitimate. Okay, we've all been there. I get it. I'm a freak. Like, I am a total freak ball, and I think that, like, really, if you came and like hung out with me for a couple of days, you would see that I'm not like fitting into society. I'm not like normal. Most people wouldn't look at me and think she's pretty cool. They would look at me and think she's pretty freaking weird, and I don't get it, you know? And this was the thing, right? Like, the longer I tried to shove myself into the box of what society wanted me to be, the more I hated myself, and the less I was able to be comfortable, and the more I felt the need to scapegoat everything onto my body. Because like I say, it was somewhere where I had control, or where I had this false sense of control, right? And where I would constantly create these crazy messes for myself so that I could clean them up, because it was a big distraction from what was really going on, right? So when I started to learn how to express myself how I really am, and just say, you know what? Take me or leave me. If you don't like me, if you think I'm weird, if you think what I'm doing is strange, if what I'm doing, you know, threatens you in any way or whatever, that's okay, because at the end of the day, I know that if I squash who I am, if I try and fit myself into a box that I don't fit in, if I try to fit into a society that doesn't work for me, I become self-destructive, and I scapegoat everything onto my body, because that's easier than dealing with the pain of feeling like I can't be who I am. And same thing with my negative emotions. So long as I was running from them, so long as I felt like I didn't want to face them, and I couldn't face them, and if I did face them, everything was going to crumble around me, I scapegoated onto my body, right? And so once I started to actually address what I was really feeling, what was really going on for me, right? I started to get healing, and at the end of the day, those two things are the exact same thing. My negative emotions, your negative emotions, most of them are going to come from you rejecting yourself, right? Because other people have rejected you, the society has rejected you, you have this story in your head that you're not allowed to be who you are, and therefore you have to just fit into society, and it kills you. It makes you feel like terrible, and it makes you scapegoat onto your body. And this is why I say, at the end of the day, right, you deserve to feel good inside your body, but it isn't about your body, and it's never been about your body. And I maintain that to this day, right? Your body is a great distraction. Your body is a great tool. And it's a great tool now because we, as a society, we've all used our bodies as a tool to distract us from what's really going on inside and what we're really feeling and who we really are. And so we can use them as a tool to draw us back. And that's what the tools that I gave you is. These are the tools to use your body for good instead of for evil, essentially. And so that's really my message. is that you are so much more than this, and there's so much inside of you, and I know that that's scary, okay? Marianne Williamson says that. She says, it's not our darkness or inabilities that we fear, it is we fear our light, and we fear our greatness, and that's normal, and that's okay, and you're allowed to be afraid. But I'm going to tell you that if you go in and you really start to do this work that I've been giving you, you're going to discover that, yeah, it has nothing to do with your body. It's that you have been ashamed to be who you are. You've been scared to express what's really going on for you. You've been feeling like the world has been telling you your whole life that you can't be who you are. And what I'm here to say is that you can, okay? If I can do it, you can do it. I was told my whole life that I was not ever going to amount to anything because like I had all this potential, but I had all these problems. I was all messed up, and I was all sensitive, and I was all too big, too loud, too emotional. You'll never actually recover from your eating disorder. You'll just cope with it for the rest of life. Like, you know, all that you can really hope for is mediocrity. And I'm here saying, like, no, that's not true. I decided to step into who I really am, and I decided to just take the risk and to say that, like, you know what? If you all think I'm terrible, and you all think I'm a freak, and you all think I'm weird, I have to do it anyways, because I can't live like this. I can't surrender my whole life to this idea that I can't be who I am. And I will just say that, like, slowly but surely, as I just started to express myself, that's how I healed. And that's how I became comfortable in my body no matter what. And that's how I learned to have peace with food, right? And I used all of the tools that I've given you. But the bottom line is, you are so much greater than this. There's so much more inside of you than this. So use these tools to find that greatness and just access it one little bit at a time. And you will see that there was never anything wrong with you physically. There was never anything wrong with you physically, okay? That you are perfect, and you are whole, and you are amazing. And you just need to step into yourself. And it's a journey, and it takes time, and it takes patience, and it takes trial and error, and it takes effort to learn to love yourself when everyone else tells you that you have to reject yourself. It does, but it can be done. Anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. I'm not special, okay? So just use these tools, figure out who you really are, because you know, you do know. Just start taking the steps and start taking the risks and seeing that the whole world doesn't end when you actually step out and be who you really are, all right? And like I say, if you don't know what that is, if you really don't know what your emotions are telling you, if you really don't know any of that stuff, that's totally fine. Use the tools. That's what they're there for, right? All the things that I've said to you up until today, that's what those tools are for. All of this is just to give you one step at a time to discover that it never had anything to do with your body. It was always that you had something inside of you that needed to be expressed, that needed to be shown, that was being stunted, and you scapegoated it onto your body, and that's okay, right? Just one step at a time. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to sign up for the Perception Diet telecourse where you get 7 webinars with me, send me an email, perceptiontrainers, theperceptiontrainers@gmail.com. Find me on Facebook, Perception Trainers. Find me on Instagram, Ali_perceptiontrainers. And yeah, if you have any video requests, all that stuff, like, subscribe, share, and I will see you in the next video.